glitter of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray, and a cheerful...
A loop, a whirl, and a vertical climb, and once again, you'll know it's time for the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends.
Starring that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel, with his pal Bullwinkle the Moose, and a host of others.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
I'm coming as fast as I can.
Wave to the people!
Yay!
Now what are you doing?
Signing autographs. Let's see. John Smith.
But your name is Bullwinkle.
I know, but that's hard to spell.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Come on and join us.
Sure, there's always room for one more.
Well, there was shocking news for Rocky in our last episode. After having taken care of the Bumbling Brothers circus elephants nearly all season, he was called into the office and...
Fired.
Fired. Sorry, Rocky.
But why?
Well, it was a terrible story the Bumbling Brothers told, and they told it terribly, too.
You see, every week we weigh the elephants.
You know, we've always had the biggest ones in the world.
Every elephant at least 3 tons.
It's a rule. 6,000 pounds.
But last week...
Only 5,400 pounds each.
And we got 10 elephants.
Together, they lost 6,000 pounds.
Rocky, I hate to say it, but...
You've lost a whole elephant somewhere.
So you're fired.
Gee, naturally.
Of course, when Bullwinkle heard the news, he was furious.
You can't do that to my pal. Either he stays or I go.
Oh, it's all right, Bullwinkle. I don't blame him.
Neither do I, but I'm a hero. I always gotta stick by my buddy.
Well, I go, we got to have a good lion tamer.
And that's me.
So we better keep our lousy elephant trainer.
And that's me?
Unfortunately for our boys' peace of mind, the next week was even worse.
Bullwinkle, this elephant weighs under 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, his ribs are starting to show, too.
Now let's look at this thing logically.
That'll be a switch.
Every elephant eats 2 bales of hay and 50 buckets of water a day.
Not counting snacks between meals.
And the kids feed him about 20 pounds of peanuts. That's about 200 pounds of food every day. They should be getting fat.
Unless they're taking pills.
Bullwinkle, that's it.
What's it?
They're taking pills.
Without a prescription?
Somebody must be sneaking reducing pills to our elephants.
But how?
Well, I give them their hay myself, so somebody must be putting something in the water.
Who gives them the water?
Allow me to introducing myself.
Hey, don't I know you?
Sure, Mike, I'm Gunga Drain, Indian-type water boy.
Gunga Drain? Hey, you're in another adventure of ours. What are you doing at the circus?
Well, we already had the costumes. No use letting them go to waste.
Gunga Drain?
You may talk of ginger beer when you're quartered safe out here with only penny fights.
All right, I know the poem.
I don't like this, Bullwinkle.
Neither do I, but it's the only dialogue we got.
Don't you like Kipling?
I don't know. I just can't say it.
You better come along with me to the office, Gunga Drain.
I can't.
Why?
I think my mommy's calling me.
Your mummy? Where's she?
Where else? In Egypt. Bye.
By golly, Bullwinkle, I think we did it.
We sure did. What?
We got rid of the water boy. I'll bet the elephants will get fat now.
Alas for Rocky's hopes. The next time they weighed the elephants...
Hokey smoke, Bullwinkle. This one weighs under 1,000 pounds.
He does look svelte, I must say.
But we got rid of our water boy.
Let's see. You give him the hay.
Right.
I give him the water.
Right.
Who gives him the peanuts?
The kid.
Then some kid is doing it.
Some kid. Bullwinkle, I'm ashamed of you. I won't believe it's a kid.
Okay, me neither.
Well, our heroes have demonstrated a touching faith in the youth of America. But at that very moment, a diminutive figure wearing a Rocky and Bullwinkle T-shirt was feeding peanuts to the elephants. Peanuts loaded with reducing pills. Don't fail to miss our next episode. A short wait for all seats, or one of our trunks is missing.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was called Red Riding Hood because because she was, that's why. Anyway, one day she was going through the woods to Grandma's house to sell her a membership in the PTA. As she went, she sang a song.
La 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 la.
That's not much of a song.
Well, I'm not much of a singer. La 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 la.
Now, although Red didn't know it, on the path up ahead, a wolf was waiting to
I hereby swear that I'll be good. I will not eat a Riding Hood.
Well, what's all this?
I just joined Riding Hoods Anonymous.
What?
I'm trying to kick the Riding Hood habit.
La 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 la.
When you see a Riding Hood, greet her as a friend you should. Hello, Red Riding Hood! When you are misunderstood, extend your hand to Riding Hood. Put her there, pal. Now wait. Really, Red, I'm a new wolf. I sworn off Riding Hoods. See? Words of courage and hope to Riding Hood eaters.
Is this on the level, Wolf?
Sure. Listen here. Stick with your promise not to eat. Fight that urge for a Riding Hood treat.
If you're really my friend, you'll buy a PTA membership.
I'll take a dozen. I'll even deliver your basket for you. Where's it go?
To Grandma's. It's a basket full of goodies. I'm sorry about that. That was my special wolf basket. Here's another one.
Okay.
And the wolf set off towards Grandma's house.
I'm going to see your grandma. I'm going to see you.
But just then, a thought crossed his mind.
Hey, let me see here. Just as I thought, though Riding Hoods you may not munch, there's nothing wrong with a grandma lunch. Yeah. I'm going to eat the grandma. I'm going to eat the grandma.
But when Grandma heard the wolf coming...
Hey, you know what, Grandma? I'm going to eat you right after I give you this basket of goodies.
Young man, you dropped your basket. Well, isn't this interesting?
You ready for lunch now, Grandma?
Oh, but you've made a mistake. I'm not a grandma. I'm a Riding Hood. That's a grandma.
If you're a Riding Hood, where were your PTA ticket?
Riding Hoods don't sell PTA tickets. They sell DAR tickets.
DAR?
Yes, Daughters of American Riding Hoods.
They do?
How many?
I'll take a dozen.
Good.
Now to get that doggone grandma in the woods.
Fine. Here's a nice basket of goodies for her.
I'm going to eat the grandma. I'm going to eat the grandma. Hey, Grandma, you told me a fib.
I did?
Yeah, you want a Riding Hood? I just saw a real Riding Hood, and she sent you this basket of goodies.
Look, Wolf, right here in your own book, see? That's a grandma.
Grandmas, you can tell afar. They belong to DAR. Oh, darn her.
And the wolf sped back to Grandma's house.
Let's see now. When the grandmas claim their Riding Hoods, be a photographer in the woods.
Yes?
Good morning, madam. If you are a Riding Hood, you can have your picture taken with a real Shetland pony. Free.
Sorry, I'm a grandma.
I knew it. Your time is up.
You're right. Every second counts.
Yeah, it does.
You've got to get these dispatches to the front. You're the only one with a horse. Carry on.
Trust me, Colonel.
Did the wolf get here yet, Grandma?
Oh, he's been and gone 2 times, child. I just sent him off with a package of goodies.
Well, I guess he won't bother us anymore, and...
You know, I've decided to quit Riding Hoods Anonymous. I'm gonna eat both of you.
Now, remember, I pledge, I will not eat. One riding hood can spell defeat. Run! Every day in every way, I am not eating riding hoods. Run!
And Red Riding Hood and her grandmother dashed out of the house just one jump ahead of the wolf. Well, it looks as if nobody lived happily ever after.
I did.
You did?
Sure. I got to be a member of the PTA and a member of the DAR. And besides, I got these 200 baskets full of...
Yeah, goodies. Well, I was right. Nobody lived happily ever after.
And now, once again, to give you an insight on his outlook, Mr. Know-It-All.
Hello, low IQers. Today's discussion concerns how to tame lions and pick up a little scratch on the side of your head. In order to tame a lion, one needs 4 items: a whip, a gun, a chair, and a tame lion, like Teddy here. Got up on the wrong side of the cage, didn't we? First, we proceed to test the whip. This is done by snuffing out a candle that sits on the head of a small flying squirrel.
You sure you know what you're doing, Mr. Know-It-All?
Haven't missed yet. We are now prepared to face the lion. Are you ready, Teddy? Now for my next subject, how to run the 4-minute mile in 30 seconds with whip and chair.
Wait a minute. Aren't you going to show us how to tame a lion?
Not with Teddy being as ready as he is.
Oh, come on.
Very well. I shall tame him with hypnotism. Teddy, look into my eyes. Now I am the master. You are the slave. You are in my power. Now I shall demonstrate the most dangerous feat of all, putting my head into Teddy's mouth. Teddy!
That's wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
Private Bullwinkle, sir, with a message.
Just in time.
Is it important?
Is it? Just look.
Hello again. Peabody here, and you're just in time to accompany Sherman and me on another journey into history.
How far back do we go today, Mr. Peabody?
Back to the year 1797, Sherman, where we join England's most celebrated naval hero, Lord Horatio Nelson, for the Battle of Cape St. Vincent. As is customary with all my inventions, the Wayback Machine performed perfectly, transporting Sherman and me to the main deck of Nelson's flagship.
So Britannia rules the sea, does she? Well, I'm afraid that motto is due to go into extinction.
Pardon us, your lordship, but what seems to be the problem?
You mean you haven't heard?
We just got here.
Well, this blundering crew of mine left port minus one very important commodity.
You forgot to bring cannons?
No.
Ammunition?
No.
What then?
We forgot to cast off.
Sure enough, an unbelievably long hawser held the flagship in check.
Does that rope stretch all the way back to England?
All the way. And unless we get loose, we can't go into battle.
I suppose you've considered cutting it in two.
We've considered it, yes. But you see, Admiralty law frowns on such action. One must cast off, and one must cast off while leaving the dock. Oh, I'm afraid it's hopeless.
Meanwhile, just off the coast, the Spanish fleet lay at anchor.
Look at that silly Nelson.
He is like the sitting duck, yes, my captain?
Yes, like the sitting duck who is at the end of his rope. Tell you what we do. We send him a message.
By George, it's a communication from the enemy. Dear Lord Nelson, you are cordially invited to attend an informal battle staged in your honor at 6 p.m. As ever, the Spanish Navy.
Isn't there something we can do, Mr. Peabody?
There is one thing. Lord Nelson, I suggest you send a dinghy back to England to cast off the hawser.
Impossible. A dinghy would have to make it there by 6 so that we could go into battle. There isn't a man alive who could row that fast.
Mr. Peabody could. He won the International Regatta 3 years in a row.
4 years, Sherman, 4 years. And so, wasting no time, we headed back to England. Unfortunately, upon arrival, we found the dock heavily guarded.
Nelson should know better than to leave port without casting off. It just isn't done. I'll have him broken for this. Yes. Now, remember, no one is to touch that hawser. No one, understand?
Uh-oh. Now what, Mr. Peabody?
This calls for subterfuge, Sherman. Pure, unadulterated subterfuge.
Alt. Who goes there?
Stand aside. It is I, the head of the RRI.
Oh. Now, off a mo. I never heard of no RRI. What's it stand for?
Royal Rope Inspectors. It's our job to inspect rope, like this one here.
Oh, now take your hands off that there hawser.
It's almost 6, Mr. Peabody. We've got to hurry.
I said take your hands off that hawser. That's Navy property, that is.
Look at this. Intestinal calcification of the fiber.
What's that? Sounds horrible.
Never fear. England will care for your survivors.
My what?
Survivors. You see, unless we get rid of this rope, you're going to become infected and...
Well, get rid of the ratty thing.
And get rid of it we did, just as Big Ben told 6. Of course, the rest is history. Nelson succeeded in sinking the Spanish fleet.
Oh, so Nelson was like the sitting duck, eh?
I think we made a boo-boo, yes, my Captain?
Yes, we made a boo-boo by joining the Navy instead of the Army. Come on, push me into shore.
Later that evening, we returned Nelson's dinghy.
England owes you much, my friends. Goodbye and good luck.
Well, Sherman, shall we go?
Well, I guess so, Mr. Peabody, but I sure am disappointed.
Why is that?
I never did find out why Lord Nelson wears an eye patch.
However, it wasn't a total loss. Sherman did discover something about wrestling. For there, on the poop deck, someone was giving an exhibition. It was Lord Nelson's half-brother. That, of course, is how the term half-Nelson came to be.
Bullwinkle might be a great success as the world's only musical lion tamer. But his pal Rocky isn't doing so well as an elephant trainer, for all of his elephants are losing weight at a frightening speed. And what's more, the reason appears to be that they are being fed reducing pills by a little boy.
No, I won't believe that a kid would do such a thing.
He don't know me very well, do he?
Yes, unbeknownst to our friends, the little boy and his mommy were really Boris and Natasha out to destroy the circus.
Bullwinkle, I just can't watch those elephants shrink away to skeletons. I'm going to leave the circus.
You hear that, Natasha? 1 down, 1 to go.
You can't leave, Rock. Think of all the little kids who have faith in you.
Yeah, I guess I can't let him down.
But at that moment...
There he is, that mean widow squirrel that won't feed the pretty our feds. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame.
Please, Ethelbert.
Ethelbert?
I'll give you a hit with mine all-day soccer, you bad squirrel, you.
Come along now.
Ethelbert?
You see, Bullwinkle, even the kids have lost faith in me.
Ethelbert?
Now all we got to do is get rid of Moose and the circus is ruined.
How we do that?
Easy. Tonight is going to be a fake lion in the cage with him.
A fake lion?
Looky here. We get inside this fake lion suit. But instead of jaws, this lion has a steel bear trap with poison teeth.
Oh, delightful.
And when Moose puts his head in lion's mouth, I pull the trigger and... no more Moose. And we got a little something to hang on the wall of the den besides.
You mean lion skin?
I mean moose head.
Sure enough, that night when Bullwinkle entered the cage, there was one substitute lion waiting for him. At first, all went well with his act. Until it was time for the grand finale. Not knowing of the deadly steel trap that waited him inside the fake lion, Bullwinkle bent down to place his head in the lion's mouth. Boris's hand touched the trigger, and at that instant...
Telegram for Bullwinkle Moose!
For me? Be with you in a minute. Hey, Rock, it's from the Bullwinkle fan club in Missoula, Montana.
Don't put your head in the lion's mouth. It's a trap. Weather continues fine. Love, the kids.
A trap?
Gee, Bullwinkle, they saved your life.
Pretty thoughty of them.
Boris, let's get out of here.
Again, the zipper is stuck.
That's a pretty fierce lion, Bullwinkle. He must be a man-eater.
I know. I just heard the man talking.
I think we ought to give this lion to a zoo.
A zoo?
And the boys did just that. So next time you're at the lion's cage at the zoo, listen carefully. And behind the bars, you may hear...
Boris, I told you to get a lion suit with buttons.
Oh, roar.
What's that mean, darling?
That's lion talk for shut up, you mouth.
Of course, as soon as summer was over, school started and our friends returned to Frostbite Falls. But Bumbling Brothers Circus went on to even greater glory. The elephants got fat again, of course, and the lions did their routines even without a trainer.
I guess Bumbling Brothers Circus is world famous now, Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
I hear they're very big in England.
Of course, there they just call Bumbling Brothers Circus by its initials.
You mean?
Sure. You never heard of the BBC?
No.
Oh.
And with that transatlantic jeep, we close another true-life adventure of Rocky the Flying Squirrel and Bullwinkle Moose.
Well, it looks as if our time has just about run out.
Mine must be a little slow.
You got the credits, Bullwinkle?
All on this itty-bitty card. Oop.
We're late again, Bullwinkle.
Right.
Bye now. See you next time.